Welcome to episode 39 of Liquid Velvet Literature here on Prose Radio. Jeff is away for a well-deserved getaway, working on his own projects, and I'm Mavia, your fill-in host for today. Our intro music is courtesy Tripmaster Monk, free of hypocrisy, from the album Introspect. We have some beautiful reflective compositions on the spotlight page, and first up is a poem from Mamba. Fraction. And there I stood, silent, in a vast empty field, with the east wind flowing steady against my brow. And there I swallowed memories of past horizons, every emotion illuminated by the sky, in teal blues and emerald greens. And there I heard your voice, echoing gently on the skin of the black sea, whispering eternity to the lost believer within. Beautiful. And some really nice comments below from our friends David Lampert and Beulah Dazel. It's always wonderful to see Amy posting. We know how busy she is. And this fraction, no small piece. Thanks so much. And speaking of pieces that pack a punch, here's one that reminds me of my mother, but really applies to any one of us. From BurialandUtopia. Boomtings. She married herself, dressed up in white. Stunning she looked, mirror reflected a thunderstorm. She had a ring on each palm, and then she adorned one on each hand. She read her vows, she kissed herself in the mirror. She undressed and made love to herself. She had a perfect life. She wanted tragedy. She wanted to be receiving a soldier's uniform when adorned in white, or walking over a sea of red. Here, nothing was tragic. Every other day, amidst thunder, reflecting on that mirror. She prayed for tragedy. It didn't arrive, nor did she marry him. But she married herself. She is her own widow. She is her own wife, and I am not her husband. Well pointed, and we are, when we arrive at that altar of understanding, only ever committed to ourselves. And as noted, it's our own hand we take, for better or worse. Really great piece, aptly titled Boomtings. Our next piece up, I strongly encourage everyone to check out the substantive prose piece by DrSemicolon, invaluable staple here at Prose. Due to the length, we can't do it justice here for the read, but it is a wonderful piece, and please do to have a look at it. And for our final segment, I'm pulling up now a write, not from the spotlight page, but that was requested in the Gmail. It's from Clburdett, and we can understand why, because this is an author that consistently generates in-depth conversations in the comments section. Not on this piece in particular, but that's perhaps why it's being summed up now. Green Light. Deus Abscondidus. Book of Isaiah. Should I presume the green night light from that long drag of smoke uprising, pale, peeling, and superimposing against backways, be so miserly? Should I presume this to be your wake, where your Latin, German, Greek migrate? Cum nachher post mortem, to append a eulogy for you. It was a cruel month. I was 13, wearing light green, standing over your coffer, Helgren fading, your face, crustulum, your lipstick a bubblegum pink, your chest a lapis cement, hard. You are wearing white with tiny purple daisies, where the fog hugged you and climbed. I kneeled, I spoke, Komm zu nacher fog, come near. Against my grief the siren sang, I lied my head against the fog. Wo bist du? Why all this inaccessible light? Aya. Hovering over your block-like chest, I inhaled. Eliot, you were right. Longing laid a wasteland. Really lovely imagery. Clburdett, thank you so much for that, and thank you to our friends who requested that he be read. The T.S. Eliot piece that he's referencing is titled The Wasteland. It's a piece dedicated to another poet, Ezra Pound, in 5 pieces. I do have it here on paper, and I can give a taste of it from the beginning. The first part, The Burial of the Dead. April is the cruelest month, breeding lilacs out of the dead land, mixing memories and desire, stirring dull roots with spring rain. Winter kept us warm, covering earth in forgetful snow, feeding a little life with dried tubers. Summer surprised us, coming over the Starnberger Sea with a shower of rain. We stopped in the colonnade and went on in sunlight into the Hofgarten and drank coffee and talked for an hour. Bin gar kein Russen, stammen aus Littenau, ich Deutsch. And when we were children, staying at the Archduke's, my cousins, he took out a sled and I was frightened. He said, "Marie, Marie, hold on tight," and down we went. In the mountains, there you feel free. I read much of the night and go south in the winter. What are the roots that clutch, what branches grow out of this stony rubbish? Son of man, you cannot say or guess, for you know only a heap of broken images where the sun beats and the dead tree gives no shelter, the cricket no relief, and the dry stone no sound of water. Only there is shadow under this red rock. Come in under the shadow of this red rock, and I will show you something different from either. Your shadow at morning striding behind you, or your shadow at evening rising to meet you. I will show you fear in a handful of dust. Frisch werd de wind, der hamat zu, min irisch kind, wo willst du? You gave me hyacinths first a year ago. They called me the hyacinth girl. Yet when we came back late from the hyacinth garden, your arms full and your hair wet, I could not speak, and my eyes failed. I was neither living nor dead, and I knew nothing. Looking into the heart of light, the silence, oid unleer das Meer. Madame Sostris, famous clairvoyant, had a bad cold, nevertheless is known to be the wisest woman in Europe, with a wicked pack of cards. Here, said she, is your card, the drowned Phoenician sailor. Those are pearls that were his eyes. Look. Here is Belladonna, the lady of the rocks, the lady of situations. Here is the man with 3 staves, and here the wheel. And here is the one-eyed merchant, and this card, which is blank, is something he carries on his back, which I am forbidden to see. I do not find the hanged man. Fear death by water. I see crowds of people walking round in a ring. Thank you. If you see dear Mrs. Equiton, tell her I bring the horoscope myself. One must be so careful these days. Unreal city, under the brown fog of a winter dawn, a crowd flowed over London Bridge. So many. I had not thought death had undone so many. Sighs, short and infrequent, were exhaled, and each man fixed his eyes before his feet, flowed up the hill and down King William Street, to where St. Mary Woolnoth kept the hours, with a dead sound on the final stroke of 9. There I saw one I knew, and stopped him, crying, "Stetson, you who were with me in the ships at Mylay, that corpse you planted last year in your garden, has it begun to sprout? Will it bloom this year, or has the sudden frost disturbed its bed? Oh, keep the dog far hence, that's friend to men, or with his nails he'll dig it up again. You, hypocrite lector, mon semblable, mon frère." A link to the complete poem is in the video details below, as well as a link to our music and all our friends who were featured today in the episode. Thank you so much for listening. And as Jeff always says, your words are needed and valuable, and we want to be able to see them and read them here at theprose.com.